fast, fatal heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions back, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked. Attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, quite a lot of things were happening. In the last part, Deku and Amelia, they've been having nightmares. Ever since they looked back at everything and saw each other's memories, it's been sort of on and off. Yeah, sometimes it's you remember a certain thing, sometimes it's, oh yeah, you just know you didn't sleep too good, and it just sort of goes back and forth. Deku had a nightmare so intense, he started screaming and levitating objects with his mind. And Amelia, she was there to help him. Now, this sort of thing would happen for the next couple of days. Anytime one of them they felt uncomfortable, or they just seemed to be not doing too good, the other one would always be there to help the person go to sleep. Deku, he's taken quite a few naps, and even he has believed his entire sleep cycle may be messed up. However, he's still trying to do fine. He does still try to help Amelia. He doesn't know why he's, well, acting the way he is. He's going softer. That's what he does think. And we do currently have where him and a few detectives, they're currently going over the case about the gang. Now, with that, we do actually have Amelia. She got up early this morning, and she actually did think about what to do for the day. She believes that there was a museum somewhere around town. However, she'd have to go on the train to get there. Let's see, get on the subway, go to this stop. It should just be down the street there. But I need a ticket. Her going to think. With the addition of Deku's memories on hers, she understands where to go. Deku, he knows this town very well. And now she does too. It being something that she does think about. She knows a lot of information here. And she even has information about where Deku used to live when he was a child. The church? That being something that she does think about. She does know these feelings and these emotions. And this place. Thinking about it, she's getting Deku's reaction. That was a place he stayed, but it was a place he hated. The weird sense of guilt. The weird sense of, well, hatred. And even comfort. They're coming from this emotion. And Amelia, she wants to know more. She wants to head to this place right now and see what she can find out about it. However, right now she does want to hit the museum first, since it actually is a lot closer to where they are right now. And that is something that she does prioritize. Now, we do have where Amelia, she did go through her routine and they're going to leave the apartment. As when this did happen, we do have somebody who they're looking directly at the apartment building. And they saw this girl go to leave. The moment they had eyes on her, they did go to at least confirm. They believe that is Detective Midori's apartment, and that the woman he's been seen with for the last few days, it is definitely that one. He wouldn't be able to even forget a face like that. Now, somebody on the other end, they do start talking about it. Okay, so what is the plan here? Alright, kid, listen. The plan here is we're going to snatch her up and take her. Try and hold her as leverage so the detective, he'll be so kind as to release our friends. Okay, are you serious though? Her? Yeah. Listen, kid, I'm not a kid. Listen, I know about this type of shit, but I've never done this one. So what you used to? I'm not used to grunt work. That's what I'm not used to, alright? What I do is my business. However, I got stuck with this shit because I'm doing another part. So, Unless you want to end up like the guy who was supposed to be in his seat, then maybe you might want to keep your mouth shut and quit asking so many questions. Otherwise, you sound like a detective. Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Besides, I at least want to have some confidence in trusting you. Have confidence in the dollar, my friend. That's all I need to let you know. Now, you do actually have where these two, they do take Amelia. And it is quite easy for them. They do leave something in Deku's mail slot, and it will inform him as to what has happened to her. Now, we do actually have where Deku, after he got off of work, he was heading home. Him trying to call Amelia and checking to see if she wanted to do something tonight. Since he knew that there was at least something quite informative that she found, and that there's a chance that it could be going on today. If he got off of work early enough, maybe they could go there. Now, Deku, he does arrive to his apartment after trying to call Amelia. He got her a phone, and yet she doesn't answer the damn thing. It's either that, or the TV's too loud, or she left her phone on silent. She's making all forms of excuses. And it does give Deku a bit of, well, something to laugh at, kinda. She acts the same exact way everybody does. Now, Deku, after walking to his apartment and searching around for Amelia for a minute, he doesn't find her. And this already is enough red flags. Deku, he does try and think for a second. Amelia's gone, she hasn't answered the phone, and the last time he talked to her was this morning. Okay, so, let's see, option 1, kidnapping. Okay, kidnapping's bad already, so what would they kidnap her for? Okay, either I'm dealing with the government, or someone's on my ass. Now, Deku, he does get to walk over to his door, as he does see a flashing green light on the back of it. Deku actually going to bring his hand up and tap on a metal button, as it does start to at least make a sound. As it does inform him after doing a quick scan of the object, exactly that he has a letter. Deku going to pull it open, as he's going to slide the thing off of it before going to grab it and then go to slide it back. As he does go to flip it over and look to see a symbol. This being a symbol Deku recognizes, since it's tattooed on a few of the people he was interrogating today. And right now, he knows what's happening. Deku walking in his apartment after he does get dressed. And he does think to make phone calls, as he's currently walking to the elevator and heading over to his car. Deku, he already has scenarios running through his mind. Let's see. Alright, these guys, they're clearly gang members. So they want something. They want their friends? No, that'd be too easy. Possible hit, maybe, or, well, silencing their little problem. Or trying to slip information about somebody into them in the prison. Maybe the interrogation. Interrogation. That's how they must have found out about this. Okay, so one of their guys is dirty. That's obvious to him now. He had suspicions already about a few people. However, right now, he's wondering about it. They had a new transfer recently. It can't be them. They're fresh. Or, well, they could be somebody he needs to investigate. Read their mind. Now, Deku is going over a lot of things. Thinking about how this information could have gotten out, and why they took Amelia. It's obvious to him that they knew where he lived. It's obvious to him now that they know Amelia is connected to him in some way. And right now, it at least does tell him they're familiar enough with his schedule to know when he's at work. And that is what does concern him. He's overanalyzing the situation and trying to find more and more gaps the further he does look. And right now, he has a lot of information he can already go on. Now, he does arrive to the address, where whenever he is standing there, and he does go to bring up one of his hands, he does go to light a cigarette. And you do have where a few people do come walking up, and see Deku, as he's dressed in an outfit very similar to the one in the thumbnail. However, Deku is currently wearing a long sleeve shirt, and his holster, it would not be visible. He wouldn't be wearing it for this simple little meeting. Now, we do have where he does ask exactly where Amelia is. Good, so she wasn't pointing to you. Wasn't just some little hookup. Alright, listen. That girl right there, she's somebody you guys need to let go. Really? Come on. Why do we need to let her go? Because I was assigned to protect her. And, well, Deku cracking his neck. Talking about how if they don't let her go, he is going to make what he does to them look like a complete accident. Or he'll just misfile his report on this little incident. Say he heard, well, shots fired and screams, and he investigated this. And that the red paste he'll report on, it will be all that's left of them. Now, the guys who just stare at Deku. For a minute, it sounds like he's talking like he's a freak. Because the only way to do that would be either being a freak or having cybernetic implants. And right now, they're thinking about what he is. Detective Midoriya. Meaning, he's got to have something there, doesn't he? Now, they are thinking about all this, and they're assuming that Deku is about to charge in and fight. Now, we do actually have where Deku, he's staring directly at both of these two, and he can already tell that one of them, they're way too smug. Him going to reach out and read their mind. As you do have where Deku is just staying there for a second before he does start to look intimidating. And then all of a sudden, down one side of his, well, nostrils, you do have where blood is starting to pour out. And it does seem kind of strange. What's this guy doing? Okay, well, I'm done here. Yeah. Deku, he does just disappear from the sky. He doesn't move, he doesn't seem to just vanish or walk away, or even go into a blast of smoke. He's just gone. Huh? What the hell? Now, the guy is very confused. As we do have where Deku, he is going to bring his hands up and they're going to bring this guy up into a chokehold. As for the other guy is going to turn and look directly at Deku, he's very confused. He's a freak! That'd be when he is going to shout. As if he does so, you do actually have Deku just going to turn and bring his hand up. As he is going to completely close off this guy's mind. As it's going from running good like an engine to somebody just stuck a metal rod into something it really should not go into. And the guy, he does go to fall down and pass out. Him actually going to smash the side of his head onto the ground. And we do over the guy, he's actually trying to ask Deku exactly what the hell was that? You know, Deku bring up his arm and going to bring up his actual arms tighter. Him picking up this person and tying them something quite simple. You know, a lot of people underestimate us freaks. However, it's actually kind of easy. Besides, what you thinking about? Listen, man, we'll give her back. We just work for a guy. You work for, Deku going to say the man's name. Boy does going to rattle off an impressive little list. And the guy, he does just actually ask Deku, how the hell does he know all that? Funny thing about the human mind, it has strange things with perception. Block something here in the mind, you could be blind for a second. Hell, all I did was reset you for a few seconds. Your friend, though, that's going to be a bit more difficult. He might never wake up, unless I want him to. So, unless you want to end up in a hospital bed, drooling from a straw for the next 10 years, you might want to comply. Listen, man, listen. We can talk. Okay? Good. Now, give me the keys. The ones in your left pocket, not the gun you have holstered directly, well, to your left. Okay. Listen, man, I'm gonna get it now. Deku's just doing one thing. He picks the guy up, and he doesn't just hold on to more. As the guy, he is in a lot of trouble. Right now, Deku is choking him out. And whenever he does try to bring his hand up to directly try and stop Deku, Deku just put down more and more pressure. Before he knows that the guy he was about to try and go for the gun. He gave him an option, yet he still felt the mental pathways leading to that reaction. Now, Deku, he does just gonna lay the man flat, bring his hand up, and going to, well, erase or change his memories. As Deku is gonna bring up his hand and unholster his gun. Him walking towards the area where Amelia is being held. And we do have where somebody there directly blocking the door. And whenever they do see Deku, they're just gonna bring up their automatic weapon. With both hands, they do start firing. And we do have Deku just going to bring up his own hand, and the bullets as they're flying towards him, they'll just stop in the air. And the guy, he does stare back at that. And Deku, he's just going to push them backwards towards the guy. As when the bullets do go flying directly at him, he does get shot multiple times in the back. And we do have our Deku just walk directly up to the door, before he is going to bring up his hand, and using his power in his hand, he is going to rip the lock off with telekinesis. As he does think about how that trick has saved him many times. The excuse is always an old, rusty lock. And it always seemed to fucking work. Now, that's what Deku does just think. As he just walks into the room, they're going to pull a bag off of Amelia's head. As the moment she's going to see him, she does actually go to ask exactly what happened. Huh? You're fine. Listen, you're going to be okay, alright? I don't feel good. What? I don't feel good. Shit. Okay, Deku going to bend on one knee, asking Amelia exactly if she feels woozy, if she feels dizzy, and if things are hard to focus on. Look at me. I can't see you. Fuck. Okay. Alcohol. Shit. They gave her some pretty strong stuff. Her tolerance is low. Fuck. Okay. No, this isn't good. Okay, Amelia. Fuck, I can't take her to a hospital. Amelia, on your ship, do you guys have anything that can help you right now? What's wrong? Okay, you've been injected with something that's very, very strong. And I don't think that you're okay. I don't know how much they gave you, but I believe that your body, you might go into shock. Or it might be too much. Okay? Do you guys have a facility on your ship for injuries? Yeah, we do. But, I don't know if you can use it. No, it's not for me. I'm fine. Listen, we have to get to your spaceship, okay? I'll call it. Now, Deku just asked Amelia if she thinks that calling a spaceship right now in the middle of the night would be a good idea. We can get to the top of the building. With cloaking, it'll be okay. Okay, are you sure? Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be alright as long as things don't mess up too much. But this is gonna be reported on. Reported on? Yep. Now, Amelia, she's just so freaking messed up. And Deku, him and her, they do make their way to the roof. Amelia going to bring up her watch as she is going to try and call her ship. Her pressing on a few buttons as a loud sound can be heard. And Amelia, she actually is going to look up and hear that. Now, Deku, he heard that too. And Amelia's just going to look up and see what she did. As she's going to repress a few buttons and the ship, its loud descent, and now it just sounds like an ominous noise, like a plane or something. And it will be able to be hidden more. As the ship does fly down directly overhead, we do have Deku who does going to bring his hand up. as whenever he does go to grab onto the side of his vessel, he is going to start opening it up. Him putting Amelia inside, as he does go to look directly at the consoles. Okay. Shit. Amelia. Okay. Tell me what button to press. Now, Amelia would try and give him some instructions. As Deku, he does just start typing a few things in, and he does get smashed down to something. As a small craft both of them are in, and it's go flying back up to the, to outer space. And whenever they do get aboard, you do have where Deku does carry Amelia into the medical facility. As whenever the ship is noted about this, someone walking to the medical facility and vitals starting to have their, things read, you do have a problem. Amelia, she's trying to guide Deku on a few things. And right now you do have where on screen there is an incoming, call. And Deku is going to turn and look at some strange language. Okay, nope. Okay, Amelia. Okay, Amelia. Deku bring his hand up. She's not awake. Okay. Shit. Okay, I can't read any of this. Now, you do have where the call does come through. And the commander, or the person at the end, they do ask exactly what is going on. They got notice that the medical bay has been entered. And they're wondering exactly how the hell it happened. Okay, who are you? Oh, it is you. Wait. Shit. You're the guy from my apartment, right? Yes, I'm Amelia's superior. Now, you mind explaining to me exactly what happened out there? This alert came at a very bad time. Okay, listen. Deku turning around, trying to explain that he's discovered, thanks to Amelia helping him, that their species has low tolerance to human alcohol. And right now she's been injected with a substance that is a very, very potent version of said alcohol. He doesn't know exactly what they used on her. However, the chemical would do the exact same thing. He believes that she might be having, organ failure. Or she is most likely going to go catatonic. Because this strong substance, it is basically poisoning her body. Now, the person, they do at least try to look around the room, and they do start to walk Deku through the proper process. As whenever Deku does go to directly bring his hand up and go to inject something into Amelia's arm, he is going to wait for a second. As after Amelia, she does start to somewhat twitch and sort of move, you do have where her body does go back to resting. And the person, they do directly look at that before they do inform Deku that he's going to need to do something very, very drastic. And very, very much, dangerous if performed incorrectly. Okay, what is it? I've been researching your species and just say the fucking word. Chest compressions. Now, Deku, he's confused. However, he does just go to listen. As after the person, they do wait a few seconds, Amelia's just going to jump directly up. Her jumping up and coughing out something strange. Before she just go to throw herself to the side and just going to puke something down to the ground. And Deku, he doesn't look down at whatever that was. Before the person to wait for Amelia to stop coughing and wipe their face. When she was going to turn, she does directly see Deku. And before she can even open her mouth to start saying something to him, you do have where the person on screen, they do ask her exactly what has happened to her, and if she has been revealed on Earth again. No, something, I was taken, and I don't completely remember what. Let me clear this up. Okay, listen. She was taken by people who were investigating me. What? You can't be serious. Why were they after you? Some humans have organized into a very, very bad, group of people. And right now, one of them, they thought Amelia was someone they could use against me. They believed that she may have been close to me. So they took her. I see. Is that all human? Yes. Now listen. This is bad. We got lucky. Yes, we did. Alright, human. This is not going to be looking good. What we're going to have to do is listen. Amelia, at least saying out loud, as her superior is going to look directly at her. Her talking about how what happened today, it was because of those other humans. And right now, she believes that she will be perfectly fine remaining on the planet. If he does wish to try and extract her or take her away, she is going to have to decline. What happened down there was pure coincidence. And those men, more than likely, they are going to try again. Not likely. You killed them? What is this kill? Now, Deku, he does speak up. He believes that one of them, they might be dead. The other one, he's going to be in the hospital, and well, one of them, he's not exactly too sure. He doesn't know what's going on after he left. All he knows is that they are in for quite a rude awakening when they do wake up. Since more than likely their boss, he is going to kill them. I'm sorry, but again, what is going on? Listen, right now there's a lot of strange involvement on Earth. I'm not going to try and explain it to you and bore you with that. So, let me just put it this way. Right now, I believe that we need to get out of here. We need to move from my place to another spot. Are you certain? Yeah. We can move and we can change locations. Listen, I know a place that it would be good, but at the same time, it's also a bit more risky, especially for you. For me? Yes. Listen, um, well, police officers, they have their own private sectors. Private sectors? Residents. It's like a large apartment building, but everyone's there, they're a detective or a cop. It's very strange and, well, it's not hard to get access to, but normal people, they can't get in there. Why is that? It's one of the biggest places in the city where cops hang out. Besides, they live there. It's almost an entire 2, 3 city blocks worth of cops crammed into the same place, most of which are detectives from every part of the city. I see. Yeah, so you get what I mean by this is a lot more risky. Now, Amelia, she does get a listen. As the person on screen, they do talk about how they are going to have to report this directly to the king. Because right now, he does need to know about this. Please do not tell my father. What do you want me to inform him of then? This still is a very high priority assignment. I have to pass this information along, Amelia. No, listen. If he thinks it's something minor or inconvenient, he'll rush me out of here, and we won't get proper data on Earth. So, what do you want me to do then? Just do not send this information through. If you do, make it look like it was some sort of error on the ship. Error? Really? Yes, a possible malfunction will suffice. Please. Now, Amelia, she does try to give in this person's scientific curiosity. And Deku, he does at least start to open his mouth and recite a few names and dates. As the person, whenever Deku he does continue talking, they do just try to write down whatever he is saying. And Deku, he does start to list about a few things about those people. This one here, they're famous for this. This one here, they are a godsend. They did this and this and this. They invented these objects that are now used in day-to-day life. And then there are currently these people and these people. And the person they're just trying to write things down. Some of the stuff Deku's talked about, it does sound fascinating. And it actually is interesting to them. This may have affected early human living. Now, Deku tells the person that if they think that that's something, then he should at least wait to hear about how humans they've been playing sports for thousands of years. Sports? What are sports? Activities. You know, a game. I see. This is quite interesting. How many varieties do you have of this sports object or activity? Uh, that's a hard one to answer because I don't know the answer to it. Really? You guys do not have an answer. Well, no, because technically there's a lot. So, interesting. I would like to study the subject more. We have these activities as well, and I do want to conduct further research on the matter. Now, Amelia, she does at least watch as the person they do gonna disappear, and she's gonna apologize to Deku for what happened. Hmm? It's fine, Amelia. I'm glad you're safe. Hmm? But what happened at the warehouse? I heard weapons, and it's fine. Are you alright? Listen, Amelia, I'll be okay. Right now is not a good time. I used my powers and I was cautious about it. However, it is going to be a problem. If this starts happening more and more, then more than likely I could be caught. I do apologize. This wasn't my intention. Amelia, I understand that. I didn't mean to drag you into this. I'm sorry. No, it is alright. I'm fine. Deku just tells Amelia. She is not fine. She is lucky. She could have died if they went to an actual hospital. Yet they came here. Right now, what they are dealing with is bad. And what they need to do right now, it is going to be a little bit worse. Hmm? Yes, you mentioned that. Are you sure that's advisable, though? Amelia, Christ. It's either this, or I have to tell my bosses I need a safe house. If I tell them that, they're going to ask more questions. If I move into this place, it's going to look nice. Yeah, the detective finally moved in with the rest of his buds. Not many cops, they remain outside the block. So, let's just put it this way. Right now, that's the safest place you can be. It's got its own little place, and it's basically its own little city inside of a city. Alright? Ah, okay, but would it not be wiser to... Amelia, listen. This place, right now, people are after us. They know who I am, and that's why they came after you. They came after you because you left my apartment. I looked at the memories, if you want to see them. They've been tracking us for weeks, and they've been looking at me. They're after you now, too, because of this. Alright? Now, Amelia, she does get a bit annoyed. However, she does understand that Deku is just trying to be defensive. He's trying to care and protect her. However, she does not like that Deku, he's acting a bit too harsh about it, a bit too intense. Now, Amelia, she does try to keep this up. She knows that she herself was in a very stressful situation. However, most of it she does not even really remember. And she wasn't hurt too badly. All that happened was she was injected with something and then tied to a chair. That's all she really does remember. The men they try to ask questions about Deku. However, because of the state she was in, she doesn't really remember a lot of it. She doesn't, well, think they dosed her right. Now, Amelia, she is very concerned. And we do have Deku, who he does going to make a few phone calls. And after Deku he's called about it, they already do at least have a few places open. And Deku he does pick one that it's more towards a civilian sector. Now, the best way I can describe that is Deku he does at least look and see who has detective, or at least detective status in the records. And he does go with a house that has the least in the area. Now, with that being said, or a house apartment. Now, Deku and Amelia, they would move into that place after a few weeks. And while that was going on, you do at least have the people who they had their guys tail Deku. They were very surprised. Their men, they haven't called yet. They never did. He heard recently, thanks to somebody in the block, that Deku, he moved in there. And right now, it does piss them off. The person has been trying to speak to Deku and figure out exactly why he is doing all these new things. It's gotta be with that broad he's with. That being what the person's thinking. This might have to do with that one woman. Detective Midoriya, he would have never made this call from what this person's talked about. And when the information of a woman in his life was brought up, the person who was their spy was confused. Detective Midoriya, he's usually a very, very close-guarded person. He doesn't have secrets anyone knows about. They don't know much about him, other than apparently the recent information that he was once an orphan. And that, alone, it does spark some interest. Says the person sitting down, they do have an idea begin to form. And it's very possible that Detective Midoriya, he is quite simply not on the right side. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.